Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So first off, you guys are going to have to ignore the horrible lighting in this video. I still don't have my desk. I still don't have all my stuff from my old apartment yet. So I'm literally recording this on a TV tray. I don't even have room here for a lamp, and I don't even have my lamp here anyway. So usually I have like a front light on me. I just don't have it here yet. So we just have an overhead light that's making me, like the background's lit up, but I'm not lit up at all. Hopefully we can deal with that. But today, the day I'm recording this is the first day of MSI after the first day. Super awesome day. A lot of crazy stuff. Saigon Buffalo giving T1 a little run for their money, pulling off the first blood against Gumayusi, putting up a little bit of a fight. G2 kind of rolling on EG, Caps, and a lot of the G2 guys looking really, really good. We had PSG Talon dropping a game to Brazil. Tons of crazy stuff. It's been a fun, and exciting and interesting start to MSI, and I'm really excited for the rest of the tournament. But it has also been filled with a ton of different controversies and drama and stuff going on that are honestly at this point really, really disappointing. And it's been hard to keep up with. It's been hard to track. So in this video, I want to go over all the latest for you guys. So definitely drop a like if you do enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Help us run those numbers up. We have tons of awesome videos coming your guys' way. We're going to be covering MSI, covering the summer split, Worlds, offseason, all that stuff here on this channel. So yeah, you want to sub. With that being said, let's get right into this. So one of the more interesting and weird things, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. One thing, I want to start off with the smaller, more insignificant stuff. One thing that people have kind of been talking about is like, I heard or saw some people on Reddit and Twitter being like, oh, the Korean crowd sucks because they show up really, really big for T1. Obviously, rightfully so. T1 is the home crowd team. They are an awesome team. They're fun. They're exciting to watch. They have a ton of superstars. But then, at least from what people have said, everyone kind of leaves for the games after that. People aren't watching the rest of the games as much. And apparently this is common with Korean fans. I don't know. They're like really, really support their own, and they really don't care that much about the other games. And that's fine. Everyone has a little bit of, nationalism and hometown crowd pride and all that stuff. But it does suck because some people were like, hey, I'm trying to get tickets to all the games, but the tickets for the whole day are sold out, even though Korean fans are only going to like one game or two games or whatever. So that kind of sucks. That's kind of disappointing. People who actually want to go and watch all the games aren't able to get it, and people who are getting tickets and just going and watching one game and then the seats are kind of empty for the other games. That kind of sucks. That kind of feels bad. Also, I don't know if this is something they're going to be able to fix or not, or what exactly is going on, but the crowd reactions were like super, super delayed on the broadcast. That was really off-putting. It was really weird. It doesn't ruin the viewing experience, but it doesn't make it better. It's really, really like a play happens and like 10 seconds later you hear the crowd go crazy. It's like, I don't know. That just made me feel weird, made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't love that. I saw other people not necessarily loving that either. We also had this from Vulcan. This was like something that I woke up to. He said, learned yesterday that we have to play with masks on stage for MSI stage games, which just absolutely makes no sense. You're on stage. First of all, you're already 6 feet apart from people, or like 5 feet or 4 feet or whatever. Second of all, the closest people to you are your teammates. Like, yeah, you have a ref like behind you, whatever. He can be 6 feet away as well. But you're literally just there up on the stage with your coaches and your team. These are people that you're hanging out with at the apartment, on the ride to the venue, all over the venue without masks on, interacting with on the daily. Like, there's no reason that you need to be wearing masks up on the stage. Really, really weird, kind of really dumb. But then again, like whatever, we've had to do a lot of whatever stuff, kind of just stuff that looks good throughout the whole pandemic. So, if we have to do another stupid little thing, whatever, I get it to some extent. But to have not told the players beforehand is kind of weird. We also had, I believe, Monte Cristo tweeted this. He said, it actually explicitly states in the MSI 2022 rulebook that you don't have to wear masks on stage. It says right here, team members must wear masks at all time when outside the team lounge, except on stage or when otherwise directed by Riot staff. So, Riot literally made rules beforehand and then kind of changed it up last minute. And I totally get where Vulcan's coming from. He said, can't wait to first time foggy glasses, League of Legends, and muffled mic comms today because, yeah, you have a mask and then you're literally talking into a mic. It can definitely make it muffled. It's not how they practice. It's not how they scrimmed. And then, yeah, it can be really annoying with glasses. And a lot of gamers have bad eyes from sitting in front of screens all day. A lot of them wear glasses. And yeah, you can fix it. Yeah, you can, wear your mask a little bit higher. You can put your glasses over your mask and stuff. And that's fine. But still, occasionally, you might get a little fogging or something. And can you imagine trying to play a competitive video game at the highest level where the smallest plays matter? while you're super fogging and stuff. Like, it's just dumb. It's just a stupid thing that they shouldn't have to deal with. We went to Korea because Korea's opening up and, they're getting back to normal and we're doing all these things. And now we're, still trying to go backwards. Doesn't make sense when it's already in the rule book that that's not the case. Hilariously, though, Riot backtracked on this. After Vulcan tweeted this and people started getting mad and stuff, he said Riot has now changed their mind, it seems. Thanks for the pitchforks, everyone. He said common league community W. So, kind of funny, kind of weird. Riot tried to implement something at the last minute, totally backtracked on it. I'm glad they did, but wow, Riot not looking good here. More and more weird shit going on at MSI, but definitely the biggest thing going on and the most thing that people are talking about, pros are talking about, and the one thing, like all this stuff, who cares? It's not impacting the event, it's not impacting anything. What actually matters and what is, I think, a huge disappointment and what is going to leave a giant asterisk on this event, forever, is the ping issue. And this is something that everyone is talking about. Flockhead had this interview come out with Esports Maniacos. He said, the sensation is not 30 ms. It is 80. It feels terrible. He says it's like playing with packet loss. He is not the only pro player who has complained about the issue today. Let's see how they solve this. We had this from EG Impact. And I don't know why this is in light mode. My YouTube keeps changing back to light mode. It's probably lighting up my face a little bit. Impact says he rates MSI top laners, BB, Bin, Zeus, whatever. He says, I'm not happy with the 35 ping. And he also had a quote in this interview that was like, I'm not happy about the 35 ping, but it doesn't even feel like 35 ping. It feels like playing on 70 ping back in North America. Another person having an issue with this. Faker himself, if Faker's saying something, it must be a big deal and it's going to add a lot of legitimacy to it. Faker says teams are going to need to adapt to the meta based on 35 ping. He said this in an interview. He said, Faker said that the ping is different from normal circumstances, which affect the champion tier list. Faker also mentioned that he can feel differences as small as 5 ping, and he felt the ping during scrims and the ping on stage was different. So that's super, super weird. The whole point of this whole system and scrimming with 35 ping was so that they could be prepared for being on the stage. And it's just really, really dumb. It absolutely makes no sense. This is, a disaster. Like, not only is it you're on LAN playing with ping. Really stupid, really weird from the very beginning. Something a ton of people had issues with. But we were told, hey, they've done something like this before. It went really, really well. Everyone is happy with it. We're comfortable. They can pull it off again. And it's just the only solution to be able to still get the LPL there. The defending MSI champions, whatever. And that has not been the case. One day into the tournament, we're already having insane issues. And people are already posting, clips of like players not flashing abilities that you would generally expect a pro player to be able to flash or to be able to dash from. I know there was Guma Yusi on Lucian not being able to dash away from an Alistar combo, even on Vision, which is like not that crazy of a thing to do. Like there's people in like low to medium elos being able to do stuff like that. And we're talking about Guma Yusi, who's like, Omega Zoomer, insane reaction times, all this stuff. And it is affecting things. It's affecting the champions people have to play. It's in the back of your mind like, hey, am I going to be able to make this play? Am I going to be able to react to this? Do I need to react preemptively? And it's absolutely compromising the competitive integrity. And then on top of all this, we also had other people talking about this as well. Owner said something similar as well, how the ping from the hotel versus the stage was different. Really, really weird. So this is, I think, an absolute disaster. Who knows if they're going to be able to get this fixed or not, but, pro players are telling you this is 100% factually impacting the tournament. This is affecting games. This is affecting champions, affecting picks, and it's compromising the competitive integrity of the event. It absolutely is. I was worried that it might, but I was like, we'll see what happens. Hopefully Riot's got it under control, and so far they don't. Now, we're just one day in. They could turn things around or whatever. But this many pro players talking about it this fast, this is absolutely an issue. Yanko's come out and said something as well. Vulcan in this Twitter thread, he had another tweet too, where he says, if it'll load, he says, I was able to focus. I didn't mean to unfollow Vulcan. I'll follow him back. But he says, I was able to focus with that and the extra ping that also feels unstable. So everyone's talking about this. But again, one of the biggest things, even on top of all of this, is that RNG players don't have cams. And in addition, apparently the MSI rulebook states that players can only use MSI provided headsets, but RNG players are using whatever they want. I don't know how he knows that. But the biggest thing that a lot of people are talking about is RNG not even having referees at their facility. And that's just not okay. That is not good. Now, Frost Curran, I'm not a huge fan of her. I think she has a lot of random weird takes all the time. I think, even sometimes she probably says stuff to incite responses from people and everything. And I've made videos talking about, stupid opinions and takes that I think she's had in the past. So, I'm not surprised to pretty vehemently disagree with her once again. But she put out this. She said, unfortunate to read negative sentiment around RNG concerning MSI. I have friends in Shanghai that have been locked into their apartments for over a month. There was and is fear of how to get food, and a lot of immigrants relied on their localized WeChat and employers for food. This isn't a vacation for RNG or the Chinese citizens. It's scary, emotionally, physically, mentally draining. Show compassion and not get bent out of shape over your video games when people are suffering, which is just, I really think, a horrible take. Like, trying to say people getting mad about the video games is not showing compassion for human stuff is so weird, because this is competitive League of Legends. This is a business. This is a multi, tens of millions of dollar business. This is what we're here for. We're at MSI to have a competitive tournament. Now, no one's saying that is, bigger or more important than human suffering or whatever. Like, this is just an insane reach. Like, this is absolutely insane to be making comments like this. No one is saying these things at all, but we're at competitive. We're talking about competitive League of Legends. We're talking about League of Legends esports, and you need to maintain competitive integrity at the highest level. If this was soccer, if this was the NFL, if this was the NBA, the things that Riot's doing right now would not fly at all, and people would be in a massive uproar, because this is a big deal. This is people's jobs. This is people's career. This is people's livelihood. I don't know. She's just saying that, hey, you can't criticize MSI. You can't criticize RNG not having refs in their facility. You can't criticize, anything that's going on, because things are scary and things are horrible in China right now, and this is just a video game. Okay, well, if this is just a video game, then maybe RNG, maybe China, maybe the LPL shouldn't be at this event. Maybe they have bigger things to be dealing with. Maybe, since this is just a video game, sit this one out, get everything under control, figure things out or deal with that, and then come back and play a video game. Like, it really does not make sense. And I just thought this was just an absolutely horrible take. And I had a tweet that was like, I just tweeted this out. I said, I really don't understand anyone saying that you can't say anything negative about the current MSI situation. I feel horrible for the Chinese people / RNG and, whoever else is involved and infected by this for their current situation and conditions. There's been so many people impacted by the pandemic, by Corona in so many different ways. People have lost loved ones. People have gotten insanely sick. People have lost jobs. People have lost career. People have been impacted. I get it. I am empathetic of all of that. I totally understand. I feel for them. I've gone through things myself for the past 2 or 3 years. Everyone has. But I also said competitive events need to be held to certain standards of integrity. Both of these can be true. And if the situation is so bad over in China or the LPL or whatever that they can't get referees inside their team house, that is not appropriate. That is not fair. That is not good enough. And when we're already impacting the whole event. The ping, the messy situations, the unstable connection, all of this is because of the LPL in China and RNG in the first place. And then on top of that, they're needing more and more and more. They're needing more and more and more things to be added to their benefit. At some point, when is enough? At some point, when is enough not okay? Like, again, I understand the issues they're going through. I understand why some of these, concessions were maybe being made. But I also think it's very, very fair to question them and say, hey, guys, at some point, what the heck are we doing here when one team is being held to certain standards? And then Frost Curran, just absolutely ridiculous. Some of the things she's saying takes it to even another level here. I really hate even bringing this up because it's so just ridiculously stupid. She says, thinly veiled anti-Chinese sentiment getting mixed in with these threads. Think these same arguments would be cropping up for the English audience if it was the NAEU team. Like, yes, these arguments would 100% be popping up. Just think back, we had Cloud9. People were saying it was the best North American team of all time. Not even get to go to MSI. We've had teams and players impacted, and no other team or region has had Riot bend over backwards for them like China and the LPL have. And bending over backwards for one of the best teams and one of the best regions in the world is fine. And that's why we're all in favor of giving this whole thing a chance. But now we're having to give it more of a chance and more of a chance and more of a chance and have it negatively impact our teams, our regions, and our event. We get 2 international events a year. This one, so far, is being held pretty terribly, pretty shittily, and it's fair to criticize that. And again, what Frost is saying makes absolutely no sense. She has 150K followers, and this tweet has 136 likes. So, it doesn't really seem like too many people are agreeing with her anyway. And I'm glad to see that, because I hope this isn't what the community believes. And, you know, I try to, for the most part, be a voice of the community, try to be the every person in my videos and in my content, and speak for the people and give voice to the people who I think deserve it. That's what I hope to do with this video today. But that's pretty much it for this video. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about all the drama and controversy going on at MSI. Are you still enjoying the event? Do you think it matters? Doesn't matter? Does this, you know, change how things are for you? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to up to date and all my latest content. Hope we catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.